I loved The Bob Next Door, and I was really pleased to see that this has one of the highest ratings on IMDb for any Simpsons episode over the last few seasons. This has 7.3 out of 10 across 1.4 thousand reviews and ratings, so it seems to be generally well received. It's the 22nd episode of the 21st season of The Simpsons, directed by Nancy Kruse and Mike B. Anderson, and this will be spoiler-free to begin with, and then I will go in with some spoiler thoughts. It's also very well written. There are a couple of quotes that I really want to share. I will keep the quotes for the spoiler section as well. But the Simpsons get another new next-door neighbour on the opposite side of Flanders, of course, and Bob thinks that this person sounds like Sideshow Bob. But could it possibly be Sideshow Bob? Or is Bart finally just losing his mind? I won't say any more than that about the specifics, but I will say I was genuinely intrigued because I didn't know. And I had no idea what direction it was going to take, or whether it was Sideshow Bob, or if there was something else going on. I was really fascinated and genuinely curious, and I really, really thoroughly enjoyed this, and I can't say any more without giving a spoiler warning. So I'll sum up briefly before I give a spoiler warning, but I will say that I found the narrative to be very well developed. The pacing was brilliant. There are some great lines in this, which I'll share in a moment as well. And I really adored it. It's one of my favourite episodes so far. Easily one of my favourite of the 21st season because it was so unpredictable. And I just had no idea what was going on. And I enjoyed that. I liked that it surprised me. So, giant spoilers from now. I'll share a couple of quotes that are technically not spoilers, but they are things that I found funny. So if you don't want to know the funny things before you watch it, I'll give a spoiler warning from now. So, some quotes that I loved. One, they were talking about how a lot of people sound like Sideshow Bob, such as, and I quote, Frasier on Frasier or Frasier on Cheers, which I absolutely loved. Although I think I got that the wrong way around. I think it's Frasier on Cheers or Frasier on Frasier. Either way, absolutely adored it. Homer saying, nothing is ever boobs or ice cream, I thought was brilliant. And Marge saying the word deboner with a deadpan expression and Bart's reaction to it. I just thought the comedic timing there was brilliant. The delivery of Marge's line was just really, really well done. And Bart and Milhouse singing Gilbert and Sullivan to try and get this next door neighbour to, well, if it's Sideshow Bob, to sing along, I thought was a great tactic as well, and one that I thought was pretty amusing. So, the big spoilers of who this next door neighbour actually was. When we went into the prison and we saw Sideshow Bob, I thought, okay, clearly it's not him then. Who is it? And then, well, it was revealed that it was Sideshow Bob and he switched faces with somebody. I mean, okay, I have to admit that while I loved this episode, that was forced. You really need to suspend disbelief to be able to get on with that part of the episode. But it also gave us some brilliant animation when their faces came off. It was disgusting and I absolutely loved it. So normally I'm the kind of person who needs things to be at least realistic. But with this one, the episode was just so golden that I let them get on with it. I didn't complain at all and I actually enjoyed bits of it, such as revealing the insides of their heads, which was wonderful. Really thoroughly enjoyed this. The five corners aspect as well I thought was good. I think that might have lasted a little bit longer than it needed to. I think it took a little while to play out. But generally I thought the concept was great. Brilliant episode. Definitely one of my favourites from season 21. It seems like I'm not the only person who thinks that. The Bob Next Door is rather brilliant.